Man, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I don't know what you guys are about. I don't know what your opinion is. You know what? Some of y'all don't care. But what upsets me is that as I'm watching all of this NBA traffic, all of this NBA conversation, talking about the same old people all over again, nobody is addressing the fact that the Toronto Raptors are building a mega franchise. Do you know how good the Toronto Raptors are going to be this year? Do you guys have any idea? How come nobody ever covers us? Nobody ever covers us. Every now and then you get a little lip from, Richard Jefferson, sometimes Shaq brings us up. But all in all, I don't hear nothing about the Toronto Raptors. You can go outside, little boy. Why? Because I said you can go outside. You've been good. You don't want to go outside? Stay inside if you don't want to go inside. All right, we'll go outside. Try and get these kids to go outside. But I don't understand it. The Toronto Raptors, we are building one of the best, I think we have one of the best organizations in the NBA. I don't think anybody actually can compete with the Toronto Raptors culture, with the city of Toronto. We have arguably the best GM in basketball, okay? We have arguably one of the best coaches in basketball, easily top 5 right now, right? Easily he's one of the top 5 coaches right now. I was very critical of him. I was critical of Masai too when he first got going. But I think they've got into their groove. We have a veteran group. We've got some very good pieces on our team. Pascal, Freddie, Gary Trent Jr., our rookie who just came off an amazing rookie campaign. We have some very, very powerful pieces. Now, do we still have to get the monkey off of our back from, losing in critical times? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. No, there's no reason the Toronto Raptors should have lost last year to a one-man team of Joel Embiid. How you doing? How are you? There's no reason. We should have dusted off Philadelphia. Philadelphia should have dusted off. Joel Embiid, the chickens came home to roost for us, and Joel Embiid got his last laugh and got his reciprocity, no problem. But it just doesn't make sense to me that we, in the media, seemingly snub a world champion team just simply because we're in another country, all right? We're in another country. And quite frankly, I'm not going to evaluate the country of Canada versus the country of the United States, but I will say this. Toronto's a better city than most of those raggedy cities in America. Most of them raggedy cities that y'all got there, Toronto's a much better city for fun. Y'all, the American ball players, they call Toronto Northern Vegas. I ain't gonna tell you why. If you ever been up here, you don't know, right? They love to be in Toronto. They love to be in Toronto, baby. They love to be in the 6, right? Don't even let me throw in Drake, because Drake has made himself a courtside favorite, right? He's our Jack Nicholson sitting on the sidelines. We got atmosphere. We got everything out in Toronto, baby. So it doesn't make sense that you commentators, and I think it's because of some of you guys are old, some of you little country guys from little country dirt towns in America that I don't know, have you not hung out in Toronto? Come on, especially Perkins, I would expect a brother like you to be talking more about Toronto. Shannon, Uncle Shannon, I would expect a brother like you, a guy who likes his style. You and Perk got a little style, Shannon got a little style. I would expect a brother like you, although both of you country as hell, you would still have something better to say about Toronto. Because, come on, man, you can't talk about LeBron forever. Can't, brother. Like the guys over the last couple of years. You won't have nothing to talk about. You better start talking about something new. Toronto's your something new. Start talking about Toronto and what we're about to do. Every year you guys go over the same thing. Is Steph going to repeat? Giannis is the best player in the world. We've been beating the crap out of Milwaukee Bucks forever. We've been smacking the Milwaukee Bucks forever. Okay? Milwaukee got one little opportunity. We've been smacking the crap out of it. Look at the record between Toronto Raptors and the Milwaukee Bucks. We've been beating the hell out of them in the playoffs forever. We got their number. Okay? Giannis can't even sleep when he's playing a playoff game against Toronto. So come on, man. The Greek freak? He ain't a freak when he come out to Toronto. Okay? So let me tell you something. You guys need to get off of your soapboxes, okay, and start talking about the entire NBA. Start talking about some of the great teams in the NBA that are not located in the United States of America. And not just one, that's the Toronto Raptors. That's us, all right? And while you're doing it, please talk to the Toronto Raptors and let them know we have no business having the highest priced ticket in the NBA. We have no business. You know what? In Toronto, you have to be affluent and rich to even go to a doggone game. Sit in the nosebleed seats. Don't make no sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. So we have to deal with that here in Toronto. We have to deal with that here in Toronto. But as far as the media's coverage of us, extremely poor. Extremely poor. I apologize for that. Extremely poor. Very poor media coverage of us here in Toronto. One of the greatest teams on the planet right now. And let me tell you something. We're going to go on. I'm going to prognosticate this. I'm going to set this phone down so you can see. Like, I'm holding the phone, because, you guys are used to me on the live drive, but I'm here at work. I'm an educator. All right? And not right, I'm educating you. Let me tell you what's going to happen, and I'm out. Okay? We're going to have one of the greatest runs at the beginning of the regular season that you've ever seen. One of the greatest runs. All you're going to be talking and I'll give it to you, the first 20 games, I think the Raptors are going to hit the first 20 games without even taking a loss. You heard it from me first. 20 games. We're going to go on a 20-game winning streak right off the top. Because there's no team in the NBA more cohesive, more knowledgeable of how to win as a team than us. Okay? You heard it here first. We're going to run off the first 20 games 20-0. Somebody hold me to it. I owe a brother a pair of shoes for a couple of bets I made. I'm going to give it to him. His name is Jamar Thornhill. Jamar, I got your shoes for you, brother. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'll bet you anything. Come into my comment section. The Toronto Raptors are running off 20-0 beginning of the season. Start talking about us. First Take, start talking about us. ESPN, start talking about us. Stephen A. Smith, start talking about us. Malika Andrews, talk about us too. We in Toronto. We at the 6.